What's up guys and welcome back to Wall Street Millennial. In this video, we're going to be going over some spectacular gains as well as some epic losses on options trades on the Wallstreetbets forum. If you like this content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. With that being said, let's get into the first fail. First up, we have a sea of red on failed GameStop plays, courtesy of user CEO of Spy. He held calls of varying strikes and expiries on GameStop, which has not had a very good past few days. The strike prices range from $16 to $30, and the expiry dates were all within 1 month from now. His greatest percentage loss on these calls is 94%, for a cumulative dollar loss amount of almost $19,000. GameStop has been on a very strong run over the past few months, up from only $4 a share 6 months ago. However, with any meme stock, diamond hands is crucial, and if you aren't able to stomach the volatility when using options, you could end up losing everything. User Equivalent Grapes tells the OP to use longer expiration calls, while the Nizate says that this is what makes this Wallstreetbets user belong on the Wallstreetbets page. It seems like the OP just wanted to make a fancy trade, but forgot to diversify and restricted his portfolio to only being profitable if a large upside move in GameStop was made in very short time. Unfortunately, he will be unable to practice diamond hands because the calls all expire within less than 1 month. Thanks for sharing and good luck with those calls. Next up, we have another gain, this time on the mining company Cleveland Cliffs. Cleveland Cliffs is a company that operates iron ore mines and produces steel for use in all sorts of industrial production. One of the key assets of Cleveland Cliffs is their legendary CEO, Lourenço Goncalves. In 2018, the stock was under pressure as short sellers and Wall Street analysts criticized them based on a few bad quarters, but failed to see how the company was in fact investing for long-term growth. Lourenço is relentless of his pursuit of returning shareholder capital, and vowed to increase the share price by buying back stock and destroying the short sellers as his first priority.
We are going to buy back stock. We are going to screw these guys so badly that I don't believe that they will be able to only resign. They will have to commit suicide. So we are going to screw these guys so badly that it will be fun to watch. That will be my first priority, other than the two top priorities of finishing HBI and paying down debt.
Its stock has been on fire this past week, up more than 26%. In the past 6 months, it's been up more than 230%. Wallstreetbets user Purported Gamer has been long Cleveland Cliffs for a long time, and his diamond hands have paid off, up more than $214,000 on his position so far. This is good for a 114% gain, which is respectable even compared to options YOLOs. Based on the stock price appreciation of Cleveland Cliffs, this trader probably didn't have to hold on for that long in order to see these gains. All steel producers have been doing well recently due to hopes of infrastructure stimulus. With Joe Biden all but in the White House, this might be a risky play going forward. Congratulations on your gain. Next up, we have user Mr. Scientist 1688 with a massive 909% gain on an options play, for a gain of more than $22,000 off a base of only $2,400. Mr. Scientist made these gains on multiple options plays on ICLN, which is the iShares Global Clean Energy ETF. This ETF has been on a tear this year, up more than 140% in the past 6 months alone. This very strong performance is largely due to it holding a large proportion of meme stocks. For example, its largest holdings are Meridian Energy and Plug Power, which are up 90 and 270% since last July alone. Plug Power creates hydrogen fuel cells meant for use in hydrogen electric vehicles, among other things. It is one of the meme stocks that took off with the EV craze this year. Our friend Mr. Scientist was long $2,400 worth of calls on ICLN ETF, all expiring within the next several months. ICLN is currently trading around $32 per share, and most of his calls are within $30 to $35 strike range. This puts his calls roughly in the money or slightly out of the money. Since ICLN is now trading right around the strike prices, the options delta have increased significantly. This, along with the rise in stock price, allowed Mr. Scientist to make a 10-bagger on his investment so far. The comment section seems to support this trade, with several other Wallstreetbets users having made significant tendies on ICLN this year. The consensus among the Wallstreetbets forum seems to be that ICLN will continue to do well going forward, especially with the inauguration of Joe Biden. Congratulations on your massive gains. Next up, we have a massive loss made by an investment manager for a prestigious club at Cornell University. Cornell is a prestigious research institution in New York that is a part of the Ivy League and consistently ranks among the best colleges in the world. Wallstreetbets user Rhino Yeti posted this screenshot of a story of Cornell's investment management club using managed money to make risky options YOLOs that ended up wiping out its members' capital. Apparently, the Cornell Alpha Fund was an exclusive club where members would have to successfully pitch stocks to the board and provide some amount of capital for management. At the end of each member's tenure at the club, they would be returned their capital plus whatever gains the fund generated, or in this case, minus any losses the fund incurred. This was spelled out in the contract for the club. Instead of using the stock pitches to allocate members' capital, the investment manager decided to do his own YOLOs on options with the fund's capital. It is unclear whether the underlyings for the options YOLOs were the same stocks that were pitched, or if they were literally just options YOLOs at the manager's discretion. However, the end result was the same. Of the $20,000 originally under management, 96% of it was lost, leaving only $800 left over.
Stop it. Get some help.
After this debacle, the investment manager ghosted everyone and stopped responding to angry club members. This unfortunate investor says the money they put in was a lot to them, and they were hoping to get just some good returns in the long run by having it managed by a group of smart students at one of the world's premier universities. Instead, they have to eat a huge investment loss because some student investment manager with a big ego decided to go rogue and YOLO the money into options. Before we get into the good stuff, don't forget to sign up for Weibo using the link in the description below to get 4 free stocks worth at least $21 total. You'll also be supporting this channel, so it's a win-win for everyone. Thanks. This just goes to show that even people who seem like they should know what they are doing are not immune to making poor investment decisions, especially when short-term options YOLOs are involved. Next up, we have user Poker Hobo for some massive Tesla gains this year. His massive gains started with shorting the SPY when the pandemic first hit, then calling the bottom in May and putting everything into Tesla stock in leaps. Leaps are basically just any options that expire in more than 1 year, so basically he was super leveraged into Tesla. Because of this, his portfolio performance closely mirrors that of Tesla. Needless to say, this strategy did extremely well this year. Even better for Poker Hobo, he put in a lot of capital from the very beginning. His beginning balance was more than $500,000. This large initial investment, combined with Tesla's meteoric run and his highly leveraged position, allowed him to make a 10-bagger on his portfolio to the tune of a $7 million gain. It's safe to say that this trader is the essence of everything Wallstreetbets is about. Highly leveraged YOLO on Tesla and diamond hands through thick and thin. The comment section shows admiration of the OP to an extreme level. In hindsight, everyone knows that Tesla was a good and obvious long, but very few people had the conviction to go all in with diamond hands for an entire year. And there's nothing to say that this run isn't over yet. After this level of gains, even Wallstreetbets users think that Poker Hobo should cash out at least some of these gains and put them into safe investments for retirement. Although Poker Hobo likes his job and doesn't plan on quitting yet, he agrees that dividend stocks or commercial real estate would be a good way to solidify his legendary gains into the Wallstreetbets history books. Congratulations on your life-changing gains. Next up, we have an epic fail by user ShadowDude, who made the unfortunate mistake of buying calls on Palantir after the peak. He bought 31, 32, 38, and 41 strike calls, all of which have either just expired or are expiring within about 1 week. Unfortunately, at last check, Palantir was trading at around $23.50 a share, far from any of his strikes. This caused his portfolio to tank more than 86% in the past month alone, down to only $1,200 from a previous peak of more than $10,000. User Ken9 says to double down on Palantir, and after depositing more money to recapitalize his position, preferably with longer term options, the trade will end up working out. Palantir is a very successful company with a great long-term prospect, so this strategy might actually be valid. But unfortunately for ShadowDude, he has nothing left to deposit into Robinhood. He will have to make do with what is left in his portfolio. Some other users, however, offer less helpful advice, but as expected from Wallstreetbets. Treehug Champ points out that in only a week, he needs Palantir stock to gain 50%, which seems like a long shot. He tells ShadowDude to find a systematic strategy rather than YOLOing on Wallstreetbets DD posts. However, closing FD options in the red and putting the money into penny stocks may just be the Wallstreetbets way. I wouldn't recommend this strategy to anyone. Better luck next time, ShadowDude. Alright guys, that wraps it up for this video. If you like the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you have any epic options plays, let us know in the comment section below. As always, we thank you for watching this video. Wall Street Millennial, signing out.